Z Flip 6 has some game-changing upgrades to make this Samsung's best flip yet. Let me know in the comments who out there is waiting for the Z Flip 6, and don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with the latest tech. So first up, before we get into the exciting upgrades, we've got confirmation that Samsung is releasing a Z Flip 6 thanks to registered trademarks and prototypes already in the works. Now Samsung has registered trademarks for the Z Flip 6 and the Z Flip 7, so we know the flip isn't going away anytime soon. Now next up, we've got news of a big camera upgrade to the Z Flip 6, and something I'm sure most of you are going to be very pleased to see. Samsung is already testing a prototype of the Z Flip 6 with a 50 megapixel primary camera, and this is a big step up from the predecessor's 12 megapixel. The report unfortunately doesn't give us any details on the exact sensor that's being used, but after the Flip 5 used the same camera as its predecessor, it's great that we're finally seeing an upgrade. Next up, we've got a tweet from Ross Young, and he says that the foldable cover on the Z Flip 6 and the Z Fold 6 will be getting bigger, and he advises that the Z Flip 6 is going to come with a 3.9-inch display. This is a nice improvement from the predecessor's 3.4. When it comes to display leaks, Ross Young is always incredibly accurate, so we can be very sure that this is happening. We also have news that further backs up the increase in display sizes, as the Z Flip 6 is reportedly going to come with native app support for the cover display. Currently, it's only widgets and a limited selection of apps through Samsung's labs, and while there is a workaround using things like Good Lock Launcher, there are still plenty of limitations and issues. With native support, the apps are going to be much better optimized, so this will massively improve the user experience on the Z Flip 6. Now next up, we've got great news that the Z Flip 6 is finally going to be getting some dust resistance thanks to a new and improved hinge and display. Its predecessor came with an IPX8 rating for water resistance only, but reports are stating that the Z Flip 6 will in fact be Samsung's first flip with dust resistance. Dust resistance is arguably more important than water resistance, so this is great news to hear. Now the new display is also going to be more durable than the current one, which not only means a longer lasting display, but there's also going to be less visible creasing in the center of the screen. Now there are rumors stating that there's going to be no crease in the center, but to be honest, we hear this rumor every single year and it never happens. We've also got news that as expected, Samsung are working hard on this new display. It's not only going to offer better durability, but it's also going to be brighter, more accurate, and of course less creasing. Now as I said, every year we get these reports of no crease in the center of the display. It will of course improve, but in reality it's very unlikely to have no crease anytime soon. Now next up, we've got news of a better battery, and we should see a slight increase in capacity from the predecessor's 3700 mAh, and the phone may also be increasing in size a bit and could be part of the reason we're getting a larger cover display, but don't expect any huge improvements in the battery capacity as it's still a relatively small phone. One area we would like to see an improvement on though is the fast charging, as the 25 watt in the predecessor is relatively slow compared to many other phones on the market, but as soon as we get any updates regarding the battery, I'll be sharing straight away. Now when it comes to the hardware of the Galaxy Z Flip 6, it will of course be upgrading to the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, which has already been shown to be a great performing chipset thanks to leaked benchmarks, and Samsung are also going to be putting a lot of focus into AI on the Z Flip 6. As we've seen, Google have had loads of success with AI, and now Samsung wants to do the same. It's being branded as Galaxy AI, and it comes with many AI features, such as an AI live translate call, and this offers real-time audio and text translation during a phone call, and it's also all handled on the device rather than relying on any service in the cloud. Now currently, this is the only feature that's been announced by Samsung themselves, but according to Ice Universe, Galaxy AI is going to do a lot more, like picking the best photo when you've taken multiple photos of the same thing, as well as the ability to summarize documents or websites on the fly. Now while the AI is going to utilize both cloud processing and processing on the device itself, it seems Samsung's focus is to make as much as possible happen on the device, so there's going to be no need for any connectivity. And we've also seen new features like accessing Instagram's camera from the lock screen of the new S24, and this is no doubt going to be passed on to the Flip 6 as well. When it comes to the phone's design, there are a few prototypes, so there's not been any final decision on the design just yet, but with the current Flip being so popular, I can't see Samsung switching things up too much, and they've played it relatively safe with the rest of their lineup, so I imagine the Flip 6 is going to look very similar to the Flip 5. So overall, the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6 is looking like a great phone, and it brings with it plenty of upgrades over the previous model. With new cameras, better display, and all of the new AI features, it really should improve the general usability of the phone. Now, while it has all of these upgrades, it's still relatively similar to its predecessor, so it means people with the Z Flip 5 probably won't be rushing for an upgrade, but for anyone with an older Flip or looking to get their hands on their first Flip, it's gonna be a great choice. Now, of course, we're still quite a way away from the official launch, so we'll no doubt get more and more information as we approach launch, and of course, I'm going to be sharing it as soon as we do, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing in the future.
What you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion, yeah.